Are we on? Okay. Open our meeting,
I like the snowflake.
the pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mark, would you steal me that?
Get to sit down?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Nobody was sitting. I know.
no, it's fine. Oh, I meant pen.
Oh, you want a pen?
Yeah.
I got one.
Oh, here.
I didn't bring a pen with me.
Okay, you said stuff.
They're already in holiday mode.
I-
Get spare if you need one.
Thank you. You can just throw it.
No, I don't think I better.
May feel like it later.
Oh, you got it?
Yep, thank you. So our meeting minutes from December 8th, 2025.
So moved. So.
Moved, seconded, all in favor?
Right.
And abstract number 12 dated today, I don't have the amount.
Oh. The abstract is for the amount of $174,237.18.
Seconded, been reviewed,
Yeah, I review.
all in favor?
We're gonna have a new something.
Okay. Department, we'll do the fire department first, through the chief.
Oh, I got some applications. Okay, we got Owen Mitros. He wants to be a member of the volunteer fire and rescue. So,
Second.
Second, any discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
and we got Harry Blake. And he wants to be fire and rescue also. Medic. So moved.
Okay.
Everything's been approved.
Okay, moved to seconded, any other discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
So the DASNY grant's been, we've got our number. They're ready to rock and roll as far as, you know, we're all set. I gotta fill the paperwork out and send it back in. But the bids, they came back more than what we got on the grant. Last year, I was under the impression that we froze my budget, carried the money over. However, I don't know where funds are at. The shortfall of about 85,000. The grant's worth 85,000. I guess a question for Ted is, the bidder has been calling me nonstop saying he'll continue with the pricing. Is that okay to do?
Yeah.
Cause it's been since August of last year. Okay. I haven't reached out to him since I finally got the number, but I will. But I also don't wanna do all this extra work if we're not gonna be able to fund the rest of the project. I would say that there's not much of a chance that I'm gonna be able to
find all that money,
find that money again this year.
right,
1 year was pretty good, but probably not again.
so this is coming out of next budget year's money you're talking. Or part out of this year too,
Well, it depends on how, I mean, I'm sure they're not gonna be able to do it until spring,
right,
so. I'm not sure. I mean, we can tell them we don't wanna do it until. We're not paying for it until June. That's up to you guys. But. On the same. I just want,
right, yeah,
you need to give me direction if you want me to accept this and continue forward and you'll find the money down the road and don't worry about it. If that's the answer, I'll just keep going and. But there's $85,000 that we gotta figure out where it comes from and. Okay.
We got the grant and then we basically, because I'm trying to understand this, we received the grant for $85,000. We weren't ready to use it yet, so it was placed. And we moved forward with other things. No, so.
So we got the letter saying we were awarded the grant,
Yeah.
but we couldn't do anything with it until we get the number from DASNY. So you can't do anything with the money from DASNY until you actually get the DASNY paperwork
Okay,
with a number.
okay,
That's when the clock starts. So we just literally got that, I don't know, last week,
paperwork,
paperwork to start.
okay.
So that's kind of where it's at.
And we don't know how fast the money will come to us once the paperwork's done? I'm not quite following. Why do we have to come up with money?
Because the bid was there's an $85,000 shortfall of funds to pay for the roof.
That's for,
Yeah,
It's a
they're paying for,
shortfall.
this grant was for half of it. We have to come up with the rest of it.
okay, gotcha.
So
Thank you.
I thought you thought we had some money.
that's what I started out with, where I thought at the end of last year's budget, I froze my budget with the intentions that I could keep that money for this project. I just don't know. It's not in my reserve accounts, I can tell you that. So. And that's not on Karen.
No,
Right.
but I'll see what I can find.
Yeah, and I didn't text Lori to ask her where she might have put it, but.
Well, I still, obviously, we need the roof replaced, correct?
Yep.
So I think we need to proceed with it and we have to find the money. So I'm not too
So
concerned
this is
about that
roof
part of
money.
it, but I.
put in my,
But I think we need to do it, and I think that I have an idea, but I don't want to say right now what my idea is, but.
Yeah.
I will share it with the board and see what they think or whatever, that we can come up with easily some of it, and then some of it will be a little more difficult.
I mean, part of this is I would love to move it into the next fiscal year if possible, so we're not in arrears.
Right,
But I mean, cause I'm not sure where we are as far as how much we could find in this current fiscal year to take care of. That's my problem.
It might
Get it
be,
100%.
it might be some.
There's some.
Was it put in
Yeah.
the general fund? Take it out of there.
my suggestion is,
I think we should go ahead with it.
sounds like everybody is in support of putting on the new roof and not ignoring our need or 50% funding. That's still a big
Yeah.
amount of funding. Exactly where and how we come up with our 50% is what we need to do our homework on.
Yep.
So do you need is that enough of a yes from us
Oh, yeah.
for tonight? Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't wanna do, I mean, this isn't like just signing a couple documents, this is a little bit of work.
It's a lot of work. Put
So-
your thumb into the work.
But that's it, I don't wanna go down the road if, I'm not gonna commit to the other 85, that's your job, so.
Right, so we're,
You just did, so I'll move forward.
Alright, that's good.
I'm good with that.
okay,
So has Ted got to look that over?
Probably at some point, once I get it filled out, I can send it to Ted. I'm sure have you looked at, you've done them with Lori before, right?
Believe so, yeah.
This is the normal DASNY grants
Okay.
that Mark's got all 17 phases of whatever we did down at Canal Landing,
Okay.
so. I guess the big topic right now is water.
you know, I don't know.
Yeah, so we had a conference call at 1 o'clock, supposed to get more information. Before now, I haven't gotten it. It's not kind of looking pretty for domestic water use for people. And then say it might be as much as 3 weeks. That puts me in a pretty big pickle next door. Seeing as how we're there 24/7, 365 with 8 bodies around the clock. And can't use toilets or showers.
it's I mean, when you say not looking good for domestic water use, I personally need more specifics. Are you suggesting that they're going to say no toilet use, or are we still just going to be 5-minute showers? Don't run your dishwasher 3 times a day.
Today went mandatory.
Yeah,
They can't fill it up. They can't fill the reservoir up.
They just had a news conference at 5 o'clock. Karen and I saw part of it, which is hard to hear on the computer because they didn't talk very loud, or the computer isn't very loud, but. They were saying basically that they're, by limiting it, what people are using, they're trying to keep it at a level of success of, not running the tanks lower than what they are now. I heard they were only at 20% right now, though.
Well, the numbers,
Full.
the numbers I got earlier where there's a 31-foot building or tank. And it's at 5.7. And it's dropped. That's why they went mandatory, because really no one listened to what they said.
Right.
And they're pretty sure no one's gonna listen to the mandatory part, because that's what people do. Till it's gone, until they don't have a use of it.
Right.
Like, I'm just trying to prepare myself, so
Anything I've heard, it's been into early January that it won't be fixed. for
at least 3 weeks is
another
what
2
they
3
told
weeks,
us.
something like that. Yeah.
So it could, the 2 or 3 days, if no one listens to the mandatory stuff, could go as long as a week. They've got big problems trying to fix the fix because the water's so saturated.
The
The
ground.
ground.
The ground is so
around it.
saturated, they can't
Right.
get machinery in there to fix it, I guess.
Right.
So I went and got quotes on portable showers and toilets to rent, to bring in. It's like $17,000 for a month. I don't know what else to do.
What do you think for? If you actually have a fire, you've got to get involved.
If I have what?
You actually have a fire.
So part of the conversation that, apparently the infrastructure for the hydrants is fed by multiple different lines coming into the area. We're gonna have to do some diligence here very quickly. If the water does go bad, as to which ones we can actually use. It's probably 90%, is what Jerry was thinking, because things get fed so differently. If it's 90%, I'm all right with that. We already have changed our box alarms and put some tankers on the initial call. We've been sitting there just chatting about recent fires and things like that. And if we can get 4,000 gallons of water on the scene pretty quickly, if we don't knock it down with 40,000 gallon or 4,000 gallons of water, there's not saving much. So we think that by bringing this tanker and a couple of the other engines that got more water, we should be able to do a pretty good job pretty quickly to knock down.
Okay, since
Be
we
all
all
right.
right, tankers, you're using mutual aid. And
Yeah.
Takers in.
Yeah.
Where are the closest tankers?
So Manlius is the closest.
They have-
So, yeah, 2,000 gallons. Pompey and Cazenovia.
Yeah.
So we're also gonna use the Manoa engine that's got 1,500 gallons of water. So
So let's,
between my truck, my engine, Manlius's truck and their tanker, we're almost 4,000 gallons. So,
okay,
Uh,
let's go back to your original problem,
yeah,
which I think is, it's an emergency expense. Simple as that. And according to what we heard tonight, we're not looking at more than a month. So it's a large expense, but it would be open to, at least the portable toilet would be open to this office as well as maybe the senior center. I mean, we have to, I wrote down hazard mitigation plan because we have one with the county and I've got to look it up and see what, if anything.
The
that
county
plan
is planning,
says.
I mean, I heard from the county today,
Okay,
and they have ordered a lot of water. I took it as some bottled water and they're talking about where to distribute it and how to distribute it, so.
that's for drinking.
For drinking purposes. They've also talked about bringing in, I just had some communications about tankers of water that they were looking for warm places to park the tankers. So Manoa, I guess, cleared out 2 of their fire bays, probably at Station 2, I think it said. For them
Exactly,
to
yeah.
park something there like that. I don't know that we have any availability for that, because again, it's wintertime, so you don't want to put your equipment outside and
Yeah.
then not be able to utilize it for the purpose that we have it for.
What about
Um,
O'Brien and Gear
it's not
building?
heated.
Huh?
It's not
No,
heated.
there's no heat.
Not be- So.
Anyway, so there's some.
So I mean, there is some things in the works, but also the county is at a loss as to just what. They're looking for help. They don't know what help to ask for right yet until they kind of work through this a little bit further or whatever, as far as what's coming, when it's coming, how they're gonna have to distribute it, what they're going to do to distribute it.
Yeah.
There might be deliveries necessary to people that can't come out and get it this time of year, elderly people or different things like that, so.
I will say that it's disappointing from my perspective. The interaction and the thought process of the county, emergency management, that we have an incident of this magnitude and we're still grasping for straws of what to do. Our meeting at 1 o'clock was a joke, quite frankly. They're leaving it up to us to plan and do,
Mhm.
and they're not giving us a whole lot of information to do that with. So we did it. We're done. You know, as far as I'm gonna up my boxes, I got the water that I need.
Right.
Now I have to worry about my infrastructure to make sure that we can keep people at this firehouse to get them on the trucks to go on calls. And
Do you see any aid coming from anybody else as far as reimbursable types of things for stuff like this or not? Obviously not yet, but do you?
so I was thinking about calling the insurance company to see if something like this would be covered for us on our insurance policy.
A donation. There's. You know, at least from a porta potties perspective, they're out there everywhere. I mean, they're at every event we've ever been to, you know.
Based on these numbers, there's no donation involved there. Holy crap.
No, I know those numbers, but, and I don't even know that we can seek.
Yeah,
Like
I'm not sure. how that-
explicitly seek
Yeah.
a donation, but I am wondering, like, I got a. It's gonna sound insane, but I had a porta potty in front of my house for 2 months. Maybe folks can help out.
But, and that's what they're talking about. The county has, he mentioned that when I brought it up to say, you know, I have commercial toilets. I can't dump water in the back of my toilet and flush it. I don't have that capability. I can't dump water in the toilet and flush it because it needs pressure. So I have to figure out something different. And he's like, well, we're gonna put toilets potentially on street corners. I go, okay, well, all my medics and everybody walk down to the street corner and go to the bathroom. You know, just,
In line.
yeah, just
Stand in line.
the thought process is, I get it, if they want to do that for Highland.
General public or whatever.
Yeah,
but,
I went to senior center or something, I don't know.
Yeah, as you know, this should actually be starting to move through the county and also moving the resources through New York State. And that's the part that's got me sitting on my tail a little bit. Because this is the kind of thing that's supposed to be set up under EMS, et cetera, with the county and the state in order to provide resources for these kinds of situations. That's where we're supposed to be. I will make a few phone calls tomorrow. And I will see what's going on at the state.
So
level.
did they give you any kind of indication about availability then? So you want to commit obviously sooner than later before everybody takes the thing
Well,
that you want, right?
That's kind of where I was going with it. So I think there's some
We could
movement.
rent them to other places.
That's what worries me, because
Yeah.
some of the companies, I called 5 companies, and some of them had already moved their stuff south for the winter because
Sure.
it's cold up here.
Sure.
Right.
So there's
That makes
a
sense.
couple still left, but wanted to grab some stuff before the opportunity. There's some movement with what they're doing either tonight or tomorrow, but regardless, I'd like to pull the trigger tomorrow in order to get it here before Christmas. It's coming from Norwich.
Okay.
So but I don't want to wait. I want to wait as long as I can, because if they do get a quick fix and it's going to work and we don't need it, I don't want to spend the money.
Right.
But if it's rolling the dice, well, I'm not a roll of the dice guy.
Is there an out?
Because it's gonna be taken up in
Question,
marketplace.
little question. If
I could do
we
it for a week.
I know.
I have to.
spend the money to get this infrastructure that I'm assuming it is going to be necessary, are we then able to, it may sound crazy, but we're all thinking literally out loud. Can we charge for use? Can we rent it out? Can we somehow bring in some fees? If we have the availability, can we do that to help offset the cost?
Well, I don't want to speak for them, but if you're starting to go down that natural disaster or something like that, that
Then
probably
you-
gets a little gray.
I think technically you probably could. I'll have to double check
Okay.
the wording.
But
And
that's
if-
my
If
thinking
we
is,
commit to it for a month, do they give you an out if we don't need it for the month or no?
It is by the week.
Okay.
oh,
That's
It is
right.
by the week, so it's,
But the total, but you're
Yeah.
talking, it's up to 17.
yeah, the first week is the most, and then it continues down the same path, so.
So I would be comfortable saying that it's something we should go forward with. Or approve it based upon need by the end of the day tomorrow or before,
Yeah.
whatever you decide is prudent. And then especially if it's a week by week, that we don't have to pay the full 17.
Yeah.
If it does get fixed in a week or two. Then we
Yeah, totally.
have at least our guys protected and
Okay.
So mail is known to
sanitary use and
everybody's
stuff
doing.
or whatever. I thought you could just melt snow, because that's what I told them we would do at the funeral, is you go out and get a bucket of water or bucket of snow and let it melt. You can pour it in a regular house toilet and that flushes the toilet.
Yep.
We used to do that when my aunt owned the camp.
And you can do that in a residential one. You
Right,
just
yeah,
can't
no,
do
that's
it
what
in-
I'm saying, like for residents, it's not like impossible to use your bathroom and
Yeah.
flush the toilet once in a while by melting snow, as long as we have snow or
Where's the-
rain or something. Oh, there's a little bit out there, you may.
Not much snow right now.
And the only one I know that's doing anything is Manlius.
What are they doing?
He's doing something similar. I think he may be doing the same company, but I'm not sure.
Is that the fire department, you mean, when you
Yeah.
say he?
So do we have a motion to proceed as an emergency to
So move.
check
Second.
these two things for the chief, and then based upon his determination to pull the trigger and or to return them when.
I'll call you before I
They
get
have to
anything.
get them tomorrow, or can you wait?
It's a 2-day turnaround from when I call. So don't forget, we have Christmas.
I want them to commit to them so they don't rent them. to
Yeah,
somebody else
that's the
later.
bigger thing.
That's the thing.
What's that?
I want them to commit to them before they rent them to somebody else and they're not available. And we have to pay potentially more to get them from some other
Could-
further distance.
Could, but
How much is the first week? Do you have an idea?
it's 5,500 and then it drops to 34.
I think it's,
Yeah.
I can find it if we need
I think
to.
it's a safe bet. for
Can
that,
we,
at least.
can we, in this motion that I'm.
Yes, you can add to it.
Can I move to approve this for 2 weeks with the understanding that we will review where we're at to determine whether to
At our
extend
next
it.
meeting.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
okay, so your approval for 2
Thank you.
weeks.
I mean, don't want it any longer than I have.
No, I
Could be
know.
my pay.
No, I want you to be in a position where you can respond appropriately. You
Well-
understand what I'm saying?
I think we have to.
I know. Okay,
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
thank you.
I think it's.
Wow,
wise
didn't expect
choice.
that discussion.
Well, I mean,
Usually I did.
the problem is, it's not, I don't think they're forthcoming with the information.
I had that same discussion in my kitchen with my kids who are in their 30s, and I said, look, there's drama behind this, but we can't possibly be that far gone in this emergency because they would have done something. It was my very natural response, like you said, we would have had something in place. They're not gonna, we have too many, the population size is too significant.
Right.
And I'm sitting here going, maybe I was
Well, this is a
really
big-
wrong.
This is a major deal and they didn't recognize it until they already saw what it did on the reserve.
There should,
Yeah, I know.
with hazard mitigation plans, you should have a
I
plan.
concur with you.
And I'm not sure if the problem's more with Aqua or the county, but I've heard Aqua is got a lot of issue in this as well.
Well, they've been slow on letting people know how severe. it is.
Maybe, I'm on the outside looking in, getting the
You
information,
know, are.
probably after you, I mean, I heard Madison County, the businesses in Madison County got all the information at 11 o'clock this morning. And then we got our part at 1 o'clock with Madison County Emergency Management.
So I was talking to Karen about this before the 1 o'clock because of what's going on and what I saw or whatever. I've received a few phone calls also.
I was just like, when do the businesses become more important than the emergency responders that gotta go take care of the problems? I'm just dumbfounded by that.
You're right up there, number one, has to be. I'm sorry, Paul.
Yeah. All right, I mean, we're good.
Anything
Thank
else? Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Make my life interesting for a change.
DPW, Tyler sent us, ascertained some front additive, I believe it was, sent his
Yeah,
thing out.
needs
Second.
magic -0 innovative surface solutions.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys had an opportunity to talk to anyone. If you more detail.
The only question I have, I mean, the tiny little discussion I had with Karen before the meeting tonight was making brine now with our water emergency problem is not an option because we can't use the water for it right now. But how long that lasts, right? And whether we could use it mid-January and February, March. So I think that getting this brine additive.
He still needs the supplies, though he recognized that what he saw happening is that I'm going to tell the county I am not making any now.
Yeah.
But I do need to order the additive for when the time comes.
Yeah. So with that, I make a motion that we approve this purchase
So-
of 8,100 for brine additive.
Okay, now, this is being approved tonight. And I talked to Karen about this, and I talked to all of them. Once we approve things like this, when the bill comes through, or the order form comes through, I would appreciate it if they write on it, what,
When they
where,
approved it.
what it was. What date the approval was given.
Oh.
Because 2 years from now, when I'm not around anymore, and the controller comes through and say, oh, what are you doing with all this money? All of a sudden going here and going there. Then we have it written on the, form.
Makes good,
Paul and I talked about it this morning, and I talked to Karen.
that makes good sense.
Agreed.
Okay,
Okay, all in favor?
All right.
Next, we have a resolution for the lease on the new snowplow and truck that I sent you a text about earlier, or whatever.
The agreement, did you have it?
You look it all over, Ted,
Yes. that's
standard
what
with
we do.
what we've
Yeah,
done previously, correct?
Just want to make sure that the board is in agreement with this. This is similar to what we've done with other vehicles. It's a 4-year lease for the new truck, the DPW ordered last spring. So it'll be the amount of the vehicle is $284,896 to be leased over the next 4 years, with the first payment beginning this time next year.
so the 200 some odd dollars, 200,000 is for the entire cost.
For the entire cost.
And how much is it?
So it'd be roughly
annually
just under $81,767
Per year,
per year.
for 4 years.
And then we own the truck.
Yeah.
also.
And then,
Yeah.
yes. So I just want to make sure everybody's in agreement with this is how it's going to be financed.
Okay,
Okay, so we just need a motion for that, or do you, they didn't send us any particular?
They didn't send us
wording
any
for anything?
particular verbiage, they just, not that I can find, not as precise as the other contract was.
We've done it.
But basically, they just want to know that the board is aware and discussed it and has approved such financing.
We've done it
Do you,
Okay,
before, right?
governing bodies determined that the contract substantial in the form presented is in the best interest of the obliger for the acquisition of such equipment, and hereby approves the entering into the contract.
so
One second.
moved and seconded, any other discussion?
Actually, I read over the contract. It's a pretty standard document that I've seen in the leasing industry.
And we've
because I worked in
used
the
them.
leasing
And
industry.
we've used them before, so.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it's not strange at all. We've done it before. I think we should just move right on with it because we need to do it. It's also a good way for us to manage our capital budget within the DPW. That's really what this is about also.
We used to go out and pay cash.
Yeah, I know.
And I really like this idea better. And there's many reasons. I'm not gonna get into the, how I feel about people moving in and moving out, but if we go out now and we spend, $170,000 on a truck and people come in after we've spent it, the person that left their house had to pay for it, so I'm not gonna get into that again.
No, I appreciate that. I know, I've heard it before and I took note.
Where'd
I
you
know,
hear
it'd
it?
be- huh?
Where'd you hear it?
I heard it from you. Where else would I hear
We
it?
listen to you, Dan.
No, they don't.
Yes, we do.
If we listen to me, there would be a lot of different things going on.
There wouldn't be a meeting tonight.
Yeah, that's another thing, right?
It's another thing. You're right about
But
that.
that's okay.
I saw that.
Everybody.
All right, all in favor?
I,
So we can add that language, whatever, to the minutes if they
Yep.
got it done.
You don't have to put on my comments.
Okay.
The only other thing I had as far
Oh, yeah,
as
sorry,
department
I
things,
missed that.
is just housekeeping because it got missed from the last meeting is that I had one other employee who had a request in the court clerk Kelly Stone for remaining vacation hours to be carried over to the next year.
so second,
All in favor?
I,
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
Don't tell her I said it.
what's going on?
that's right.
Dead?
Yep.
Tell him, stop drinking, stop drinking.
Says to go to Aqueduct, or aqua.org, but we tried that earlier and you can't get on their book.
Their website was crashed.
The rest was down, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I killed it to get rid of the beef.
well, mine's not on.
I'll come back to
here,
it.
so. Okay,
Oh, might as well finish up what we're doing, huh?
yep,
So trustees report, right?
the trustees.
Actually, I think it's actually, go ahead.
It doesn't say anything, right?
I know,
Still down, yeah.
I know it's still done. Is that all they're doing? Thank you, Paul. She's killing me.
Yeah, that's what he just showed us. There's
Yeah.
nothing.
All right,
A lot of help.
That right there is like the #1 no-no.
Good read.
You
yes,
cannot send out this kind of alert without the
So-
back end functioning.
We'll see.
For what it's worth, this, Ted. Oh, they've disappeared. Where'd it go?
My phone does as well. There's.
It's just reiterating what's on the news to limit because of this. I think it's just another form of getting the word out there. It
But
didn't
this-
seem to say anything
If
differently.
it gives you a link and you touch it and you can't get anything from it, a lot of people get really not just irritated, but they get very nervous. It's like,
Yeah.
what does this mean? I mean, they're just out there without information. So I don't either. It's not how I would run my shop. All right,
But I don't know.
trustee.
actually, it's been quite interesting this holiday season. It's been very interesting as we finally slowed down on the snow, so our DPW actually has a little breath of air as they're going forward. And it's really sort of nice running into all the people within our community and how this is really moving forward. People are really looking forward to the holidays, and I appreciate that because I've been able to talk and been to a number of events with everybody, and it's really sort of nice to see. It's actually one of the bonuses, being able to be at events with kids and everything else, and seeing how much the people who live in our community want to live in our community and appreciate our community and what we try to do. So it's a big deal from my point of view.
Thank you.
Well, you said it on. I
I
second.
did not, just repeat it. That's about it.
Ditto. Holiday spirit. I sent everyone just on a more mundane note. I sent everyone an email with information about this LIV recording system. And tonight, we're not gonna make any decision on that. I just want to make sure everybody got that information so that you can review it. And then if you have questions, we can get at it in January. And we'll have Ted look at the contract and decide in January. And that'll be a clean start, 2026, hopefully. That's all I have to report.
Yeah, yeah, there's a lot to look at there.
There's a lot to look at. It's not, it's a lot for us as a village of our size. It's a lot for us to consider, but I think we can have some good discussions in January. So,
There's a lot being done. There was a lot done in Chittenango. With regard to all these things, but because they have the landing. Chittenango. Thing there for the canals. That was so good. I agree with Ted. It's been with Mark, it's been great. I was impressed with the ceremony we had the other night for the Dora, and I really everything got going on time rather than waiting around. I'm happy we brought it from down at the bottom up here, and I thought it was great, and I was surprised at the number of people that turned out. I would like to see a way that we could announce it earlier. I know it's dependent upon when the rabbi is available, and no reflection on him, but if we could say 3 weeks,
Well, I'm gonna push him next year to try and get it so that we can put it in our newsletter and the other publicity that we do
Right.
for the tree lighting and things like that.
right,
He can come up with a date because we don't do it on the start day of Hanukkah because he's downtown
I,
and different places, which is fine. And I would say we don't care because we don't have a preference, I should say, not that we don't care what day he comes here to light it, but
I
we
do.
want.
I went the second I don't want the same night he's doing down.
No, I know. I mean,
I
we,
want-
we know he's not coming the same night as the first time.
Well,
So
no,
he did sometimes.
Yeah, I
And it
know.
was always late
It was not
because
good.
downtown took longer. But I'm just gonna,
Yeah.
we'll work on them
Good.
earlier in the season.
Lock 'em in
to-
for the
to,
second.
Make sure that we get ours
Yeah.
set up and we can advertise it.
Can we fold in the, not necessarily the menorah lighting, but the Hanukkah celebration folded in somehow with our tree lighting? I don't,
Doesn't
I don't,
always line up.
Very difficult. They don't ever align and they change all the time.
no, I know that. It's not, I'm not, that's why I said not the lighting of the menorah,
Okay,
but I'll give it some thought. I just think it would be nice to, because our tree lighting ceremony is nice, it is special, and it's unique to our village, and I would like to be inclusive of all religions. And non-religions, solstice, everything, you know, just it's the ceremony of, community. And I don't know how to, I don't right now know how to do that, but that is what I thought of at the time that we were
Maybe if
together.
we know when that's going to happen for Hanukkah, we can kind of bundle the advertisements in that general theme of this is what the village is doing for
Right.
the holidays and
Right.
just include everything with certain dates, but make sure that people feel a little more welcome to come to any one of those,
Right.
whether they're, we're not all Jewish, but we go to the menorah,
Yes.
lighting out of respect and out of,
Yes.
that. So people could come to the tree lighting that don't necessarily believe the same exact things that other people do, like you're saying. But if we bundle that kind of grouping together is all I was thinking of, by getting the date earlier, we could kind of maybe encourage people to come for both or all of it, whatever else we do.
The date for the tree lighting was set by having it 1 week after the smoker. Honest to God.
I'm not saying you're wrong, Danny.
So
I
your
get it.
point is there's no rhyme or reason other than its relationship to a
It's gotta be-
smoker that has gone.
It was the day after, it's the day after Thanksgiving and the smoker was the Friday before.
Oh,
So the guy sat here and figured that out.
Well, okay, so
All right.
that's my only
Okay.
comment.
Anything else?
Yeah, I bet.
Okay. Anybody in the audience have anything? I did anything, I mean. I did get your, or I got it from Jane after a while. The stuff, so we'll look at that when we're coming into our new budget year here and stuff, and I'll take a look at some of those things in the meantime that are more pertinent to. Like the roof and things like that.
Like the roof at the senior center, it's not icy, I believe it's called blackjack, it's like a clock, a Atari clock that works even in the rain. If they see some separation, I think where the office is now, the kitchen was, and it had a vent going up, and either the boot has broken or there is no boot, and we think that's where part of the water's coming in.
Okay,
Otherwise, there's another one, at least one in the large extension where everyone does everything where we eat. And it's right above the water coolers, the water fountain.
oh,
And
okay,
it's going into the light fixture, and we're kind of nervous about that.
okay.
Yeah, we gotta look at
Okay,
the,
Yep,
sure,
Thank you.
yeah.
and I'll look at the rest of the list and see what
Okay.
we do as we
Yeah,
start into budget
If you
time.
could see if it fits in this coming year's budget, that
Yeah.
would be great.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'd like to say something before the meeting ends.
okay, yeah, go ahead.
Um, Being a self-declared engineer and a master plumber for many years. Just in the last few minutes, Aqua has put out notices on various places. I'm sure you're all aware that our water system may stop at some point. And given that, I don't think it. The engineer in me recognizes monstrous problems if that ever happens. And I don't know if, I wonder if you kind of speak up and say some of the problems you can see coming if another week or a few days from now, the water system stops. No, I just,
Actually, we were just talking about that, to be honest with
We've
you.
been talking about it for 15
okay,
years.
so what just. Some of the things I'll bring my points up, but I'd like to hear you first say, what are the big problems you see happening if
Well, we just
suddenly
went
the water
through,
stops for a few days?
We just talked, we had a very long conversation on two levels. It was primarily brought up by the fire chief because he has a very serious emergency service system that he has to not only make sure he has enough water to do what they need to do when they need to go out to fires, but also he has a cadre of service providers that need to use water, both drinking, showering, and toiletry water. It's a health and safety issue, period.
Yeah.
It's a significant one. We are looking at, from a commercial perspective, renting that kind of infrastructure so we can have it here in a temporary kind of way until the main gets fixed. On a residential level, it is not yet, we haven't solved that problem because that's an individual house by house kind of problem. And we don't know if the county is going to lend a hand on solving that problem.
They're working on it, but they haven't, there is no plan in place that
That we
we've
know
been
of.
told
Right.
anyways, as far as that's
So
concerned.
there's a health and safety, for sure, health and safety issue that we are not overlooking, and we'll stay on top of it and do the best we can to help solve it.
Yes, I'm glad to hear that, but I guess I'd say this thing too. Forget, we'll see what happens, we'll see who else is planning stuff. I'm saying start planning, taking action now.
Sure.
Don't, I don't want to hear a week from now, well, yeah, we've been talking to these people and we heard the naval, Army Reserves are gonna be called today or whatever. I'd say.
So
start
I'd
doing
like
your
to
own
hear your
thing.
suggestion that
We took action tonight to help our fire and emergency service providers,
But
so.
it,
Did you have something in mind?
you have something in mind?
for a long time.
Well, we're not gonna talk for a long time because this is the day, 2 days before Christmas, so if there's something
Public
short that you think you
Health
can
and
tell,
safety issue, it's a major health and safety issue.
right?
Picture a nursing home with no water.
Well, we don't,
We-
look,
You know,
Malcolm, we're not dealing with the nursing
I know
homes,
you're
we're
not.
dealing with the people that are here, and as long as it's winter, they can melt a bucket of snow and flush a toilet. They can do other things.
you're
I'm
obviously-
listening to what you want to say, but please say it concisely so we can go on with
Please,
this.
what I'm
Okay,
hearing you saying, is you're gonna think about it. Thinking won't help. Gotta do with action.
okay, so
For
tell me
instance,
some
here's
action
the
items.
first piece of action, very simple. You got thousands of people that'll be without water within a couple of miles of here. We have a senior center who's got handicapped bathrooms that are all made with showers and a whole bit. I'm correct on that. With no water. Well, if somebody set up a temporary water system for that building, you can say, okay, we do have a facility that if somebody has to bathe themselves, they can do it. And it's a village owned property. And we have work right up front to set up that system. You can't wait till the water stops and say, well, we're gonna look into it. It's gonna take you a week or two to do that. You can talk with. Like Casnovia, they've got lots of water, I think. You can look into tank trucks, where you get tank trucks and bring it in and supply it. There's just drinking water, you can bring in tractor trailer loads of drinking water.
Yeah,
But you can't be somebody that's calling when the water stops and think about it the day it stops. I'm saying you've got to be on it way in advance, and you'll say, well, we can't waste money like that. Why do that? Well, it says, if you had the ability to understand the health and safety issues, like with fire protection, and things like that, you'd realize people will not complain you spent $50,000 preparing for something that never happened.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. The only thing I have is just to echo everybody's comments about our holiday events and particularly the menorah lighting that we just experienced last week. And thank everybody for participating in those things. I'd like to wish everybody here and everybody that's watching or available in the village and our area residents, happy holiday season. I hope you enjoy your time with your families and friends, and looking forward to another year of upcoming fun events in the village and providing for our residents the needs that they have. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we adjourn.
To adjourn.
Second.
On favor?